Hey everyone, it's JC. I'm here today to talk about food freedom. We throw that word or that phrase around a lot. Maybe even more specifically, food freedom in Christ. What does it look like? What does it mean? Because I think, I've had some conversations lately. I've been thinking about some things. I want to make sure we're not just throwing that term around, but deep in the back of our mind, we're seeing it the wrong way. What is it? What does it mean to reach a place of food freedom in Christ? Now, let's start first with maybe what it isn't. At least according to my experience, I have been living in this place for 20 years. What isn't it? Did I say that right? Let's make sure we're not taking diet culture, because we have been raised, all of us, in diet culture, all the terms, all the ideas, and it's formed in our mind as a way to approach food. Let's make sure we're not taking diet culture and calling the results of what we want on a diet, calling it food freedom, calling it freedom in Christ. But what we're really looking for is the same results that we were pursuing according to the worldly mentality of diets and all of that. Like, I believe that freedom in Christ is going to make me a size 2. My body is not created to be a size 2. Its happy place is not a size 2. So to be a size 2 for me is not freedom. I'd have to be seriously obsessed with every bite I put in my mouth. It's not, food freedom for me is not matching myself to the standard of the world. Thin. No. If your body is naturally that size, perhaps the Lord will bring you to a place where that's where you settle. I settled at a happy size 12. Some people will say, well, that's not freedom. That's what he made me to be. I'm made with curves. That's freedom for me. Again, maybe I could pursue a smaller size because the world is telling me I should, but my body isn't happy there. It takes a mental obsession to keep me there. I can't live in freedom in that place. So can you see how sometimes we take the term and we actually just make it about getting all the things the world has told us we need to get in order to feel beautiful or whatever. It's not adapting it to that. Food freedom is different. So number one, it's not being a size 2 or whatever, if it's not the right size for you. Number two, food freedom isn't perfection. I think it's really easy to get caught up in the idea that if I'm going to turn this over to the Lord and seek freedom in him, it means because he is now empowering me and because I am relying on his grace, that means I'm going to be perfect with my eating. I am never going to let a French fry cross my lips. I am going to have a good day every single day. I'm never going to struggle. And if I believe that, what happens when I start to struggle? Then down we go. We spiral like, oh, I must not really be free. The Lord really must not be helping me. If I think it's perfection, I don't believe that is possible on this planet. We are fallen. We are human, right? And if we think it's going to be perfect just because now we've joined with him and we're trusting in him, that's just not how it works. If you think about, this is a weird example, but think about parenting. As I became more and more surrendered to the Lord in my parenting, I removed a lot of the toxic stuff that I had adopted from my growing up years. And I was able to really heal a lot of the parenting things that were holding me back. But does that mean I'm a perfect parent? No. No, it means I'd still have bad days or still have days where I'd have to go apologize to my kids. But I was no longer under the bondage of those old toxic parenting patterns. Food for me has been the same way. Food freedom is reaching a place where food doesn't have dominion over me anymore. It doesn't have control over me. The binging, the addiction to sugar, the obsession where I'm thinking about it all day. That's not a place of freedom where I'm having to obsess over my macros or I can't stop eating chocolate or I can't. Any place where it has dominion over us, that's the thing that Christ wants to break, to set us free from. So it just becomes food. It's just food. It's not this big, huge thing in our life that we're trying to battle. So that's absolutely what food freedom is. But if I believe it's perfection, no, sometimes I'm just tired. I'm stressed. Sometimes I'll maybe eat a little too much. But it doesn't turn into a binge. It doesn't turn into the 3-week terrible cycles I used to have where I would just be so out of control. A bad day is just a meal. It's just, it's okay. I'm at peace because it's just food. And the Lord has taught me how to navigate this place of balance. I've talked about this before, where I'm not totally over here addicted, binging, out of control, but I'm also not all the way over here where I'm so obsessed with healthy eating that it's impacting me socially, it's impacting my schedule, I'm thinking about it, my thought life is given over to it, I'm just completely obsessed. That's still dominion. That's not freedom. Can you see how tricky it can be? Because we take our past, diet, toxic, messy stuff, and we give it the label of food freedom. I love this place of balance because what it's basically two things that have taught me to really stay anchored in this place. And I've talked about this before. And again, I'll put videos below if you want to learn more. I've learned that the Lord has boundaries for me. It is not diet rules. I'm not on a diet, but there's places in my eating where I have to set a firm boundary because it's a dangerous, slippery slope for me. Other places I have a little more wiggle room and I have a little more freedom to maybe not eat perfectly and just, but over here for me, one is sugar and white flour. I've said that a billion times. I will slide down that slope. And if I mess with it even a little bit, my body's so addictive with it, down I go. I will lose my freedom. So the boundary is not a diet. It's a way to protect my freedom. But it's also, not only do I have a boundary, but I have, like I said, that wiggle room that keeps me in a place of balance so I don't go into obsession. Did that make sense? I just wanted to share that, especially I'm filming this where it's the last few weeks of 2024. Everybody goes into 2025 like ready to just crank it down and start over and, start a new diet and all those things. And if you're seeking food freedom, I just would hope and pray that we would have the right lens as we go into it. Our goal is to take away the bondage of it, to take away the control that food has over us, but to bring us to a place where we can take a deep breath about it. It's just food. It's not that big of a deal. I'm settled. My body's in a happy place. I can eat a big Thanksgiving dinner and I'm not, oh no, I need to go work out in the gym. It's a place of freedom. If you want to learn more, maybe throw me a few questions in the comments if you feel like that didn't quite answer that for you. But that's just my 2 cents for today. I hope it helps. Have a great week.